Okay, let's get started. So, let's stand up nice and tall, drop your shoulders down and stretch up. Oh, and I forgot to say Michelle's in the garden. It's a perfect morning for it. Stretch up tall. I don't think my internet works in the garden, so that's not possible. Arms out to the sides. And then just sway to one side. Sway over to the side. Well done. Back to the centre. Sway over to the other side. Perfect. Back to the centre. And then twist. Twist all the way around one way. Look over your shoulder. Twist all the way down to your feet. Feel those ankles moving. Back to the centre and twist round the other way. Look over your other shoulder. Perfect. Back to the centre, elbows into your waist, hands up to the ceiling, little fingers together, and then take those fingers away from each other. Keep pushing your elbows in towards your waist. And if you push hard when your hands are furthest back, you should feel your shoulder muscles stretching. And again, little fingers together. Move your hands. Push your elbows into your waist. Perfect. And then let your hands just dangle down. Move your feet so they're slightly wider apart than your hips. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, just let your knees bend. And as you breathe in, let your knees straighten. And again, out breath, bend those knees. In breath, straighten your knees. So we're not going too far down. We're keeping it quite casual. The next time we bend our knees down, we're going to stretch our arms up to the ceiling. So out breath, arms to the ceiling, knees bent. In breath, come back up, arms down by your sides. One more like that. Out breath, bend those knees. Stretch your arms up. In breath, straighten your legs. Back up to the top. Now we're going to flop over our knees at our lowest point. So out breath, knees bend. Arms stretch up. Okay, lots of deep breaths. Don't worry how your breathing goes. Just let your hands come down towards or onto the floor. Straighten your legs and then peel up through your spine, nice and slowly. Okay, the further your legs are apart, the easier it is to touch the floor, obviously. So you can move if you are slightly uncomfortable. Try and keep your legs straight as you come back up. So again, arms up to the ceiling. Knees bent, or at the same time, flop over those legs. Then we straighten our legs, get a little bit of stretch, and roll up through your back. We're going to do it one more time. Keep it slow. So try an out breath for the stretch and knee bend. Probably an in breath as you flop over. Straighten those legs, deep breaths now, lots of deep breaths, straight legs, and then roll up through your spine. Back up to standing, well done. Oh, it's quite warm for this sort of thing, isn't it? Take those feet a little bit further apart. And just let the knee on one leg bend. Back to the center. And then the other side. Nice and slowly. Make that return to standing slow, slow, slow. And again, out breath as you bend over. In breath as you come back, other side. Out breath, let that knee bend. In breath as you come back. Perfect. Bring your feet together and we're going to just stand on the toes of one foot. So up onto the toes of one foot and change sides. One side, then the other side. Each side again, one side, the other side. Down onto both feet and lift as much of your foot up off the mat as you can. Push down into your heel. And the other side. Push down into your heel. Perfect. Okay, if you can just grab yourself a block, doesn't matter that yours are smaller. We're going to stand on that block with just our heels on the block. Toes on the floor. All right, you're going to have to do a bit more effort than me. So toes on the floor, heels on the block. And you're just going to lift your heels up. You could do it one at a time. You could do both together. Try and stand on your tiptoes, lift your heels off the block. You might not get them very high off the block, but just try and lift it. And relax. Then we're going to do the same the other way around. Put your toes on the block. All right. So you might want to do this one foot at a time. Come up onto your toe. Because your block is smaller, you might be able to come up onto both toes. Lift your heels right up off the floor. That's it. That's the one. Beautiful. It's a very short amount of time, but that's fine. Good job. Well done, Jenny. Perfect. Okay, you can do the same with the side of your foot. I'm not going to do it because of that blooming ankle. I'll just try. So side down and up. So right, you're stretching your foot out to the side and back up. I am going to do it, obviously. Just one. And then you're going to do the other one. So out to the side and back up. So all you're doing is moving your ankle, strengthening that ankle. All right. And then you can do the same with the outside of your foot. Drop down and back up. I mean, it's more difficult weight-wise because you haven't got your weight through that foot, but the movement's still there. Drop your ankle down, lift it back up. Okay. And then change foot. So you're just dropping, the inside of your foot. You need someone sat on the block really, don't you? And then lifting your instep up. All right, so you're moving your ankle sideways, that's all. Down and up. Well done, well done. Perfect. Let's get rid of the block and stand at the end of the mat. Do stop for a drink at any time. Don't know how hot you are in your houses, but if you need to rest extra, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so stand with your feet hip distance apart. Nice and straight and tall, straight legs. As you breathe out, let your chin drop down onto your chest. Hold it there for a couple of deep breaths in and out. And then start to roll down, shoulders first, upper body first, really make that C shape, and then roll down through your spine. See if you can keep your legs straight for as long as possible. And then at your lowest point, soften your knees and come down onto the mat on hands and knees. Well done. Well done. And cat stretch. Arch your back up towards the ceiling. Drop your head down. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, lower your tummy towards the mat. Lift up your head, look up at the wall in front of you. And then once more, arch up towards the ceiling. Drop your head down. And then tummy towards the mat. Look up at the wall in front of you. Perfect. Come back to a straight back and push yourself back into the prayer. So arms stretched out in front, head dropped down, bottom towards your heels. Hold that position for a moment. And then when you're ready, we're going to just lay all the way down on one side. Doesn't matter which side. So just stretch yourself out on the mat. Lay yourself down. Good job. Make your head, neck and shoulders comfy. Now, you can rest on your arm. You could just put a ball under your head. You could put a cushion on your arm. So you can move your arm away altogether if it's uncomfortable and just rest on maybe a ball. You could use your arm but push a cushion on your arm as well. So you've got a nice pillow. All right. So I want head, neck and shoulders to be really, really comfy. Your floating arm can be down in front of you. And also your bottom leg can be slightly in front or even bent if you find you can't balance. Okay, give it a go with straight legs first. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, lift that top leg up towards the ceiling. And as you breathe in, lower that leg. Now this is a slow movement. Make this lowering of your leg really slow. And again, out breath as you lift, ankle up towards the ceiling, in breath as you go back down. We're not making this a huge lift. Okay, don't turn it into a stretch. Just keep it as a lift. And the return journey is the important bit. Feel your thighs working as you lower that leg. Okay, the builders have arrived. Good job. The dog should calm down in a second. Out breath as you lift. In breath as you go back down. Perfect. Once more. Just take that leg up, not too high at all. And think about this slow, steady return journey. Brilliant. And then just rest those legs together for a second. Make sure your hip is pointing straight up at the ceiling. That will keep your back nice and flat. You don't want to tuck your tummy in or push it out. So nice straight back, hip straight up. Try and keep your hip up to the ceiling. Lift your top leg, and then on your out breath, push that leg forwards. And on your in breath, bring it back to the center. And then out breath, push it back. And in breath, back to the center. So you can have your hands still down on the floor. If you've got your hand on the floor, just be aware of how much pressure you're pushing through it and how much it lifts as you take your leg back. So you tend to push through that hand as your leg goes forwards, and your weight comes off it as you come back to the middle, and then it almost pulls your hand up as you kick back. So that's going to happen. You want to make it as little as possible. So in a perfect world, you wouldn't feel any pressure differences. That's not going to happen. All right, so you're trying to keep this hip still and straight and minimize the amount of pressure you push through your hand. Once more each way, still an out breath as your leg goes away. In breath as it comes back to the center. Out breath as you push back. In breath as it comes back and flops down. Okay, bring that top leg forward and let your knee come down onto the floor in front of you. Just think about your lower leg now. And as you breathe out, you can lift that lower leg up off the floor. And as you breathe in, rest it back down. And again, out breath as you lift. In breath as you go back down. We're going to do another few. Nice and slowly. And again, that return journey wants to be slow. Don't just let your leg flop down onto the floor. Make those muscles work. Last one. Out breath as you lift. In breath as you go back down. And then bring that knee up as well. So you've got both knees in line with your hips. And you're going to float your feet up off the floor. Then on your out breath, lift your top knee up towards the ceiling. And on your in breath, knees back together. And again, out breath as you lift. In breath as you come back down. A couple more. Out breath as you lift. In breath back down. One more. Nice and slow. Good job. And then let your feet rest down onto the floor. Straighten your legs and roll over onto your backs. Okay, and on your back, make your head, neck and shoulders comfy. Perfect. So, relax your chest, your shoulders. You can stretch out your arms. You can beat your arms if you want to. We're going to go into the 100. When you're ready, let your legs float up to tabletop, one at a time. Excuse me. So if you stretch out your arms, you could just touch your knees with your knuckles. Your calves are parallel to the floor. Your back is straight. Your feet and ankles are relaxed. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, start your slow count to 100. I think Eliza's already on 50, but that's fine. Okay, so doing your 100, you want something under your head so your chin is down, your nose is straight up to the ceiling. Don't have your chin going up. And if you want to know why, just try it. Feel that movement in your spine as you lift your chin up to the ceiling. So, chin's tucked down. You can either be laying down and just keep it straight, or you can pop something under your head just to help you keep that chin down. Keep your back straight. And if you're finding your core muscles are working really hard, slide something under your hips, whether it be a ball, a block, or just your hands. So it's really hot, take breaks if you need them. You can put one or both feet down onto the floor, take a good break, and then come back into it. However, you might like to stretch those legs straight to the ceiling, keeping them straight, lower them down towards the floor. Lovely straight legs, keep them straight. And as you lower to the floor, keep your back straight. You're in neutral spine, don't let that back arch. Try and keep your upper body really relaxed. And you can come back to tabletop whenever you want. So you might just need to move your legs, so you just quickly straighten them and bring them back. You could just keep wiggling your ankles, your feet, your toes with your legs in tabletop. Okay, but if you want to work harder, those legs are straightened and lowered towards the mat. And then you hold them there. Those legs are now as straight as you can get them. And bring them back to tabletop when you've had enough. Or even feet down onto the floor. Take a good rest before you let them come back up into tabletop. So all the time, you're counting slowly to 100. Your back is staying straight. Your breathing is deep and slow. But when you get to your 100, just hug your knees in towards your chest. And with your knees hugged in towards your chest, gently, gently rock from side to side. Now, don't rush to get to your 100. However, if you're feeling really tired, don't bother to get to 100. Just do 99. Okay, so your aim is 100, but you don't want to practically kill yourself getting there. So gently, gently, when you've finished, knees hugged in, and rock from side to side. Well done. Well done. Perfect. We're all there. Slow that rocking down. See if you can work it with your breathing. Breathing out as you go to one side and in as you come back to the centre. Out as you go to the other side and in as you come back to the centre. Slow movement. Out breath as you sway to the side. In breath as you come back to the middle. Out breath as you sway to the other side. and in breath back to the center. And stop. Let go of your legs. We're going to take away everything that's behind us and go into a shoulder bridge. Arms rested down by your sides. Bring your feet a little bit closer to your hips. Have a gap between your feet and your knees. Now your knees, feet are going to stay still. They're not going to move from side to side. So really nice, strong, still legs. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, push the small of your back hard into the mat. Let your pelvis tilt. Don't lift your bottom up yet. Keep pushing your back really hard down until you've created a C shape in your spine. You'll feel your core muscles hugging in really tight, and the harder you can push down without raising your bottom, the more those core muscles are going to work. When you feel you've got a lovely C shape, slowly and carefully start peeling up through your spine. Lots and lots of deep breaths, but keep them slow, keep them steady. Try and relax your upper body. Let your hips float up towards the ceiling. And when you've got to that point where you've got a straight line from knees to shoulders, hold it there. Take a couple of breaths. Just check you haven't arched your back. You've still got lovely straight spine. And on your next in-breath, do that pelvic tilt again. So you're pushing the small of your back down. You're folding across your middle, tilting your pelvis. And then you're going to roll slowly and carefully back down through your spine, one vertebrae at a time. You're trying now to get the small of your back down. So keep tilting that pelvis. See if you can get the small of your back to touch the mat before we straighten out. Lovely straight line, neutral spine, ready to start again. So we start our shoulder bridge on an out breath. We just take a moment to really exaggerate that pelvic tilt, that curl in your spine before you start lifting up. You try and hold that tilt for as long as you can. You're naturally going to straighten out at the top because you're making everything straight. Knees to shoulders straight, straight back. Hold that top position. Just feel your weight pushing down through your feet and resting on your shoulder blades. Then on an in-breath, you tilt, exaggerate that tilt, and start to slowly peel down one vertebrae at a time. Exaggerate that pelvic tilt.